Hello everyone. Despite the COVID-19 crisis wreaking havoc on global economy, the e-commerce industry has surprisingly thrived through the pandemic and set itself on an incredibly promising growth trajectory. However, when it comes to the effective e-commerce business continuation, there are certain challenges like high maintenance, complex techniques, and also the security vulnerability. These are the major challenges that remains when we are running an e-commerce business. So in that situation, SaaS, software as a service, can be a promising solution and a savior, especially for the small and mid-sized companies. So those who are into e-commerce business, this session is going to be highly informative because they are going to get the knowledge about how to run a successful e-commerce business with ease through SaaS. So to know more about it, we are going to have a discussion with a technology architect, Piyush Pathak. Piyush is a founder and CEO of Commerceup. Commerceup has come up with a promising SaaS solution in India after its successful operations in UAE. So let's welcome our guest for today's talk, Piyush Pathak.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me here, and thanks for the introduction.
Piyush, we are glad to have you on our program. Piyush, please tell our viewers about Commerceup and when did you start the operations, and from where did you start the operations, and how you are helping the startups?
Sure. So Poonam, earlier Commerceup, before Commerceup, how exactly the Commerceup idea came into the picture? Because we were working with a lot of e-commerce platforms earlier as a service-based company, and then we realized there is a huge gap when it comes to our e-commerce merchants, people who want to create e-commerce websites. There was a huge gap in terms of development. If it is an e-commerce website, then there's a problem with e-commerce applications, mobile applications, and there was no flexibility to customize and just make the changes in a short period of time and make it live to our customers out there. So there were a lot of gaps which were supposed to be filled. So we did our research, and in June 2018, we started developing. We got an idea that we will start working on a much faster and flexible e-commerce platform. We worked because it was already out in the market. So we worked completely on it for 2 years, made it a scalable e-commerce platform. In August 2020, we officially launched, and there was a COVID time, and e-commerce was it became a necessity, and that's how Commerceup was it. So Commerceup currently is an e-commerce platform which provides a whole suite of e-commerce management, which includes catalog management, orders management, customer management, with the ease of use of designing beautiful e-commerce website and application at one place. So it's a one unified platform for selling everywhere.
Okay. What are the challenges of running an e-commerce business? Please tell us, and how does SaaS helps in that?
So firstly, running an e-commerce business, it's firstly problem which most of the customers, most of the merchants I have talked to are facing is a knowledge gap. So normally what knowledge gap is there, that how we can start something, how we can initiate, and what are the customer experience which we need to provide. So a pleasing customer experience can be a big differentiator. So most of the time merchants have been complaining that my e-commerce platform does not allow me to deliver the kind of experience I want. I am limited with the resources, with the customization, with the flexibility. So, and then there is a knowledge gap that what else I can do in my e-commerce website, e-commerce store. I have listed my products, I have done the photo shoot, but how to get the more customers? What are the tools which I can use? So that gap was purely a challenge. A lot of merchants are still facing that. With SaaS, because it becomes a complete suite. So for example, in Commerceup, we have included those tools which will enhance your sales. We have integrated in the platform. So it becomes an easier for them to just take a push that rather than waiting and understanding that what gap I can fill in, they already have those tools pre-integrated in the system. Secondly, as I was talking about that operations management or partners integration. So most of the e-commerce, when we talk about that, I am currently selling online. I am getting a lot of orders, but I have my team who is shipping every day. So shipping all the products. So it is very manual process. I want something automated. So when you scale up, the challenges which e-commerce companies, e-commerce merchants were facing to how to automate this process. I do not have that resources. I cannot put those at that much amount of money, which most of the marketplace are going on. So what are the things which you can do? So what happens with SaaS, because it's a pay as you use. So we have already pre-integrated with multiple shipment provider. We have integrated with SMS provider. So multiple partners are already there. So connecting with them, it just takes a few days or maybe a day or two just to integrate with the delivery or Wamaship or any kind of shipment partner rather than waiting for that. So there are a lot of challenges in terms of operation, in terms of knowledge gap, in terms of flexibility, and finally it comes down to cost. That everything is about that. Everybody is facing problems in terms of COVID. When we talk about the mid-market merchants, when retail malls are closed, shops are closed, and then still you need to pay heavy load of money in starting your business in e-commerce. So that solves the problem of investing a lot upfront. So yeah, those were the challenges with any SaaS e-commerce platform is solving at this point. And apart from that, as I said, that not everybody is technical. So e-commerce should not be complicated. It needs to be smooth. It needs to be easy to sell for the merchants as well as for the customers who are shopping from your store. So that's something which we are continuously evolving, and we are bridging the gap.
Piyush, what are the advantages a client or a e-commerce startup gets when they enroll with this Commerceup platforms? What are the advantages that you are offering which other platforms are not giving to the clients?
Okay, sure. I will answer that question. I will just share my screen and I will just explain you what Commerceup is all about and what is the main problem which we are solving. So it's not about the just advantage, but we focus on solving the problems which merchants are facing at this point. So we talk about Commerceup as modern commerce platform for innovative online businesses. So if we talk about the problem, so problem is legacy e-commerce softwares are outdated and broken. So when you talk about the technology, when we talk about the ease of use, it's still a hassle for new merchants to go online. Why it is that? Because development takes weeks to launch, sometimes it takes months to launch. People decide that we are going to build a website. And when we talk about open source e-commerce platform where you need to connect with developers and designing, and I'm talking about not just the catalog, but more into the multi-branded store, then there is a server maintenance incur high cost as when you are scaling up, because every brand, every person wants to scale up, become big. And when you go on to that level, the server maintenance incur way high cost. Even for the small medium enterprises or small medium businesses, you don't want to involve a lot of servers costing to separately onto. Then thirdly, need of army of developers to build and manage. So you need so many people, so many resources to build and manage this whole e-commerce process. So that's where we provide a solution, that one unified platform and sell everywhere. So it's basically one platform. You can easily sign up and you have no coding skills required, and you can create e-commerce websites and mobile apps, as well as you can sell on multiple social media channels. And we are soon working on to sell on multiple marketplace as well from one single place. So what Commerceup exactly provides? Commerceup provides in Commerceup ecosystem, we have tailor-made online store experience. So when I was talking about difference between open source and SaaS, so open source why people choose open source? Because people always say that we have the whole code base, so I can make any changes I want. That's basically, a lot of people have been following that for a long period of time.
Yes.
That I can customize it properly as we want. Then SaaS also comes with a limit onto it, because it is with templates. You work with templates and everything, but now it is evolving. So SaaS is evolving, and it is coming up with a new term which is called as open SaaS. So open SaaS is basically a combination of open source plus SaaS. So it gives you flexibility that you can customize a whole experience of your e-commerce store as your business demands. So if you have a unique business demand, so that's what Commerceup currently provides. It provides a completely tailor-made, customized experience for the websites and application. Secondly, integrated powerful marketing and promotional tools. So once you have the website is not enough. It's not a website builder we are looking for. You are looking for a technology partner. You are looking for a platform which is inbuilt with marketing promotion. So you need to run a sale. You need to run offers of buy one get one free, or you need to run a multiple bulk sale or coupon codes for specific to ads. So all these things should be used with ease, not making it super complicated for a merchant that it's a headache. It should not be that hassle that merchants can make it super complicated to sell. So we have integrated in the platform itself. We have integrated with multiple payment and logistics partners, so you don't need to worry about that. How will I connect with which payment gateway should I choose? What should I choose? And then you have easy management of inventory, customers, and orders. So all those inventory you can upload at one place. You can manage the customers from wherever they are buying. You can create that. You can also manage all the orders. So if it is orders coming from desktop website, if it is coming from mobile website, if it is coming from your application, iOS application, Android application, all the orders can be managed at one.
Technical person can easily handle this?
Yes. So I will show you that part in next part. So that's what we say, that you can leave the technology to us. So you don't need to worry about. You don't need to be the technology person to handle this. So I will just give you an example how the e-commerce, how this works on the live their part. So this is platform of Commerceup, and anybody can sign up. Even you, Poonam, if you want to check it out, you can actually go to the platform.commerceup sign up page. And so, for example, I'm just creating a new project, a new website out here. So I will just need to put the name, email, password, and my number just to check it out, and I will just sign up. So I just need to write down my name. So maybe we can just put just the name for now, and that's it. So this is basically creating your store. So these are just 2 steps which you need to create, and it will take you to fully set up e-commerce backend out here. And now as you are not technical, so we will give you a whole setup guide. So from step 1, step 2, step 3, these are the steps which you will follow to create your whole e-commerce website. Your website is already been hosted with Talk Demo, so you can just check it out. It is already running. And later on, just what you need to change, you just need to change the couple of things in the design panel. So Commerceup comes with a whole design panels out there, and you don't need to write a single line of code here. You just need to change the banners. So if this image which you are seeing, you just need to upload a separate image. You can just change it directly from here. You can change these are the categories I want to choose. I can redesign at my end. So this is the advantage of SaaS, that within minutes you can create your e-commerce store. And if you want to top of on the layer of that I want to customize it completely as my part, that also Commerceup provides. So we can completely customize onto it. Apart from that, as I was mentioning, you can manage all the products. So here you can actually manage all the products. You can create a new product. It's a simple form, just like you upload a form out there. So that's how it is. So there are everything is out there with terms of orders management, customer management, marketing. So it's a complete suite which we provide via Commerceup, and it is making it easier. for our merchants.
Really great. It's a like ready-made e-commerce platform. We just need to put our products and make it live.
Correct. Now, the major thing, so it is these e-commerce platforms are also in the market, but what makes us different is about flexibility. So how flexible your e-commerce platform is, how scalable is it? So you can, e-commerce is not limited to just listing your products online or making the website, but it's about how you manage the overall operation, how scalable you can become later on, from how easy you can provide easy promotions to your customers, that customer experience. Secondly, if we talk about all the websites, we always talk about the website build, but nowadays, or even for a long period of time, most of your customers are buying from mobile, right? So mostly purchases of all things, every time you need to order, you open either your app or you just go to a link from your mobile. So not always you are doing the transaction on the desktop. So your mobile experience needs to be, your checkout experience needs to be very smooth. This is where we come in the picture. This is where we provide a ease of this, that which is one of the e-commerce platform which can create your e-commerce website as well as mobile apps for both iOS and Android. And merchants can make ease of selling rather than waiting for months to launch. Within days or weeks, even in few hours with the starting part, you can just create your e-commerce website.
Yeah, because whenever we launch any e-commerce platform, creating a platform is not a challenge. To convert it according to the feedback of the client and suggestion, to customize it, that remains a challenge, and that also add to the cost of the platforms.
Yeah. So basically, when we talk about cost about it, so normally most of the merchants, when they are starting something new, they always say that we don't have expertise in our in-house team, we don't have expertise for this. But when you're working with e-commerce platform, we are always evolving. Anything new which is coming out there, if there is a policies of Facebook are changing, if there is something else is changing, so platform will be the first one who is already be updated with terms of technology. So you are not leaving behind. Your e-commerce websites, your e-commerce stores are not behind from the technology, and you are always way ahead. So and secondly, when you consider all the cost of any e-commerce platform, combining it with open source, it becomes way expensive. Here it works as a pay-per-use. So as you scale it up, that's what you need to pay. So it becomes a cost-effective, flexible, and
it would not be wrong to say that the COVID had ruined the e-commerce market in 2020, and it has successfully thrived during 2021. Please give us some insight on that.
So basically, if we talk about COVID affected 2020 in all the domains, but e-commerce was something which was still running, but it was not accessible to all the merchants. So basically, the big companies, when we talk about the big marketplaces, they were only getting the help of around it. Customers, when we talk about us who are buying from these websites, were only trusting on those leading e-commerce websites. So because why it happened? Because all the customers like us, we only expect the same kind of experience to other people who are selling. And in 2020, when new e-commerce websites were coming up, people were starting to sell on different websites on their own domain. It was not easy to sell for them, and it was a lack of trust in customers. And because of that, it was not being easy. Later on, what happened? A lot of entrepreneurs came into the picture. They created easy to use platforms, and people who were selling via phone calls or WhatsApp, they started using the technology in a much better way. And that's basically changed the whole part of e-commerce. And they can nowadays, if we talk about any retail stores, even if we talk about a grocery store, if you're living in our apartment, they also have a catalog which is available online, so they can order. So that was the ease of it. So everybody decided that in the second lockdown, everybody was so used to of buying online, which were not earlier the case, and slowly we have adapted in this period of time.
Right. So, Piyush, how SaaS, software as a service, can be a savior for these small to mid-sized companies, because it has certain challenges of like security vulnerability, it is high maintenance cost, especially to these startups. So, how does it help to these startups and the small size companies?
So, Poonam, firstly, we need to look at this perspective that what kind of merchants are there in the market. So, when we talk about the merchants, these are people who are retailers who are selling anyway. So, the problems when we talk about there are merchants who are selling via WhatsApp, or they can be a grocery store, or they can be a vegetable vendor. And another one comes when it is a branded store. So, if you can have a boutique store. Third comes when it is a multi-branded store, a marketplace which is selling multiple brands. And fourth comes which is basically multi-vendor like Amazon. So these are four segregation which we do, people who are selling online. And everybody has different problems. Everybody has different problems, how people, but when we talk about the customers are same everywhere. So customers, they want the same kind of experience from all of those. So they want the ease of use of buying, the shopping experience, they want the same thing. So when we talk about the e-commerce specific to the branded stores or the websites, so earlier e-commerce websites were limited to a traditional websites. You can have an online presence, and physical retail stores were just making the traditional websites of having the online presence onto it. But now they are making sales onto it. So they expect the same hassle-free, their customers expect the same hassle-free and convenient shopping experience. So whether they are purchasing in application, whether they are purchasing through social media, whether they are purchasing through the website, it should be the same experience. And what happens when we talk about the branded store? So retail is very competitive, right? So brand needs to everybody needs to find like innovative ways to sell. So they need a faster platform, faster way to sell their services, sell their products, and promote it with the ease. Now, when we talk about so earlier they can have the website. Even now, most of the e-commerce platforms, they provide that you can have the catalog on top of it. But what about how will you get the customers? When you're talking about the customers, you need to give them the offers and promotion. And when we talk about the offers and promotion, earlier people were dependent on open source technology or web development companies. So when we talk about the promotion, I want to run a 50% off or buy one get one free kind of offers for a particular brand. Right. They will go to a technical team. They will ask them that, please, we want to schedule this particular offer. Can you put it down? It takes a week to launch and create a whole campaign around it, or maybe much more in the whole approval process, even in the larger companies. So working with SaaS, because it's a one platform which is, so anybody who does not have an experience of technology, so non-technical person can also create these kind of offers with ease. So now SaaS is becoming like software as a service is not just the necessity, it's much more than that, what you can provide as flexibility on top of that. So rather than going to the open source e-commerce platform, when you are talking about the development part, you have the whole code, but you need to put a lot of resources into it. So that's where SaaS comes in the picture on top of it.
It would not be wrong to say that SaaS has become a necessity for the e-commerce business nowadays, for a successful e-commerce business.
True. Very true.
Wow, this is amazing. It is indeed a promising platform for e-commerce businesses. Thank you, Piyush. Thank you so much for such an insightful session. It's been amazing to have you on our program. Thank you so much.